And welcome to Scott Bryant's Fitness Systems. Thank you for clicking on the video. This video is all about the metabolic jigsaw. Okay. And what the metabolic jigsaw is, your metabolic system is about, how your body burns food, how your body feels, and how your body rebalances itself with food, because food is our fuel to keep our engine running. So if you don't have the right fuel, your engine's not going to be running right. So with the metabolic jigsaw, there's so many different metabolic involvements in the body. So you've got the autotomic type, you've got the endocrine balance type, you've got the blood type, you've got the endocrine type, okay, you've got the oxidatory type, you've got the acid and alkali type, and you've got the catabolic and anabolic balance, okay. So all these different types are all made up of different books. So if you look at the Atkins book is all about eating like a protein type, so cutting out carbs, eating more fat, eating more protein, okay. So Dr. Atkins, that was a really famous book that got really successful, but Dr. Atkins died of a stroke and was completely overweight himself. So he wasn't really practicing what he was preaching, and most doctors don't. If you go into the doctor's surgery and you speak to your doctor, how many of them are working out, how many of them are eating well and looking after themselves? They say a percentage of doctors just become doctors because they want to have a big house and a nice car, because they do a 6-year study program or go to university for 6 years, and then on top of that they may have 1,000 patients. So they're constantly busy working with people that are sick, but they're not really working with people to get them healthier, if that makes any sense. And that's where personal trainers, chat practitioners, physios, osteopaths, chiropractors come in to that market to help people get healthier and fitter. But obviously I feel that a good personal trainer is worth his weight in gold, because he'll stop you getting sick and ill. So let's say acid and alkali type. So there'll be an acid and alkali book. There'll be a book on catabolic and anabolic balance, okay, with how you eat in the diet. So the great thing about the metabolic typing diet is that it rebalances everything, okay. So if you're in constant pain, you've got lower back pain, and you're not eating according to your metabolic type, or you've got shoulder pain, knee pain, when you eat according to your metabolic type, it pulls the body into homeostasis. So not eating to your metabolic type, you'll be like that. But eating to your metabolic type brings you into homeostasis, which as you go into homeostasis and balance, the body starts to relax. The body starts to let go of the extra fat that you've got. The body starts to sleep better, your circadian rhythms get better. You think much better, you feel much better, okay, when you're eating according to your metabolic type. And to simplify it, there's 3 main metabolic types. There's a carbo type, protein type, and the mixed type. So the bigger percentage of people are protein types, but the ones that are sick will be carbohydrate types. And then they'll go from being a carb to a protein, then a carb, then a protein as they get healthier. Okay, and this is when the coaching is really important. If you don't get the correct coaching on your metabolic type, you'll fail. Okay, so you can go online and do your metabolic type online, but it's not the same as getting coaching hours and getting it 100% right with the metabolic typing advanced advisor. But the great thing that I've seen is that when clients eat correctly according to their metabolic type, they lose body fat, they get leaner, they feel better, their pain and inflammation massively goes down, and their overall health improves, okay? So because there's a gazillion books written on diet, all trying to look at the metabolic jigsaw, okay? So it's really important that when you get your metabolic type right, and you do it for a series of months, your body will keep improving, okay? But the other thing that I found, just eating to Metabolic Type is not enough. You may need supplementation in which to be able to pull the body back into homeostasis. So sometimes for clients or people that are really out of shape, they need supplementation help in which to be able to get the body to shift, okay? And just changing your diet may be enough to do for some people if they're not really toxic and out of balance. Does that make sense? So when I get my clients eating according to their metabolic type and taking the right supplements, everybody's body's changed. I've never had a body that hasn't changed. I had a guy that was 23 stone, we got him to change. I had a woman that was 4 stone overweight, we got her to change. But again, like I say in most of my videos, is that if you're not exercising on a regular basis and you just do the metabolic typing diet, it's a waste of time. The same as if you do the metabolic typing diet, you don't have any coaching, it's a waste of time. Okay? So it's really important for you to get a health coach to help you with your metabolic type and get it 100% right. Or just try the Atkins diet. If you're like very overweight, you could try the Atkins diet for like a week, you'll get a headache, you'll feel like crap, and if you get a headache and you feel like crap, that's showing that it's working. And if you're a female and you find that your weight's going up but your inches are going down, then you know that it's working as well. But with men, they normally start to drop a load of weight because in the metabolic type, and if the male is a protein type and he's eating like a carb type, eating lots of carbohydrates. So if you're a protein type, you would eat 2 packs of playing cards of meat and 1 pack of playing cards of carbohydrates. If you're a carbohydrate type, you'd eat 2 packs of carbohydrates and 1 pack of meat. Does that make sense? So when your body's in metabolic balance with the food, you should feel abundance of energy. So most people say to me, oh, I have a Sunday roast and I fall asleep. But they fall asleep in the Sunday roast because there's too much carbohydrate food. Okay? And they're a protein type. Whereas a carb type wouldn't fall asleep. Or a mixed type wouldn't fall asleep if they had equal amounts of fat to protein to carbohydrates. And remember that fats are really important. So beef tallow, lard, butter, ghee, olive oil, all these fats are really important. So sometimes you may have a ribeye steak with some broccoli, that might have enough fat in it. But I always suggest to my clients to add fats, write down how they feel, and then that way you can work out how your body's improving over time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Metabolic Jigsaw and the confusement of the Gazillion books about diet, and why when you go and see your doctor and the doctor says you need to do a Mediterranean diet. Well, depends on where you come from. If you're an African, you don't need a Mediterranean diet because your genetic genes ain't there. Okay? So it depends on your ethnic racial background on how you should eat. The human genome hasn't changed in 200,000 years. You're still a caveman. I'm still a cavewoman, no, caveman. So it's really important for you to understand that with the metabolic typing diet, it's got it's got to be longer than that now because it's got to be 40, 50 years of research. And I've been using it for over probably 15, 16 years with my clients, you know. And it really does work. It really does work. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please share, please like. And the next video will be on tips to get your pain down. Okay, thanks very much. Speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.